Welcome members. Today I'm going to be showing you a gluten-free high-protein bagel. I got this recipe from Healthy Vegan Living. He has some really great recipes that are gluten-free, very simple to make, and this is one of them, and I wanted to share it with you. What I love about this recipe is that it is, yes, it's gluten-free, but there's no yeast, there's no boiling, it's really simple, and they're very, very tasty. I'm going to use everything but the bagel seasoning on top, but you could use whatever kind of seasonings you want. If you wanted to use sesame seeds or just leave it plain, or maybe garlic, whatever you want to do is up to you, but I really love the everything bagel. And I use these bagels for sandwiches or just putting maybe a little bit of vegan cream cheese on there, or avocado or hummus. So they're very versatile. All right, I'm going to bring you in for a closer look and show you how we put it all together. So here are the ingredients. You're going to need some psyillium husk. You don't want the powder, you want the psyillium husk. And it's going to look like this. It's going to say whole husks, even though they are ground up, but they're not like the super fine powder. So that's really important. So get the psyillium whole husks. And I just got this at my local grocery store. But I know Whole Foods has it and Sprouts has it, so it's pretty easy to find. And if all else fails, online. So the first thing we're going to do is mix the psyillium husks, and we've got like 3 tablespoons here. And we're going to add in water and let it sit for a little bit and get nice and like gelatinous, and that's going to help hold everything together. I also have some quinoa flour. I've got some I have some date sugar. If you don't have date sugar, you could use coconut sugar or regular sugar. I think that would be just fine. I like the date sugar because it's basically just ground up dates. Then I have some ground flaxseed. I've got a little bit of salt, apple cider vinegar. I've got some unflavored protein powder, and baking soda and baking powder. The full recipe will be down below and all the instructions. All right, so I want to get this psyillium husk going so it gets nice and, ooey gooey. So I'm going to add the water here. I'm also going to add the apple cider vinegar because you want to add all the wet ingredients together. Then you just want to whisk it together. Make sure everything is combined. All right, now I'm just going to set this aside, let it do its magic. And this will be for the topping, so we're going to set that aside as well. Now we're going to just throw all the dry ingredients in. And you just want to whisk this all together, get any big lumps out. And we're going to let that psyillium husk just sit for about 5 minutes. And you can see it's already getting nice and thick, and it's only been a couple minutes. Okay, now we're going to add in the psyillium husk and the water. And then we just want to combine it really well. And you may have to add more water, if it gets too dry, just till the dough comes together. And I've noticed that almost every time I've had to add some water. So I'm going to add a little bit. And maybe just a little bit more. And it's going to be different depending on, what altitude you're at, or, if there's a lot of moisture in the air. But start with 1 1/4 cups, and then you're good to go. And then I'm just gonna wet my hands a little bit to get this off of here so it doesn't stick. And then we're gonna do that to form this into a little ball. So just wet your hands a little bit and then just get in there, gather it all up. Just make like a nice little ball here. And then we're gonna divide this into 3 equal sections and then make those into little balls. And you're just gonna eyeball it the best you can. And this one needs a little more. Yeah, and just get close. You know, I'm not perfect at this. So I'm just going to set that on here. And you do want them about the same size so they bake, you know, about the same time, of course. All right, so this one is definitely bigger. So I'm gonna steal some from that one and put it on this one. And okay, so here's what you're gonna do. I've got them all into their little thirds, and then you're just gonna put a hole in here and make it a bagel shape. And make it fairly big because it will, as it bakes, it will close up. So look at that. This is the way I do it. If you have some other fun little way to do it, then I would go ahead and do that. Now it's going to seem wet, but that's okay because this is gluten-free, and if it wasn't a little bit wet, it would be so dry when it's baked. And then I just put a ton of the seasoning on here, very generous, and it's wet so they'll stick very nicely. So this is going to go into a preheated oven, 325, for about 35 minutes. All right, let's get these in the oven. So here they are. You want to make sure you let them cool completely. These are pretty much cool. And then you can just slice them and put whatever you want on here. I'm going to slice one and then I'll just show you how I like to do it, real simple. So I just toasted it a little bit. I'm just going to use a little bit of avocado. I just wanted to show you. This is from my avocado tree. Look at how beautiful. Yum. So I just mashed it up in here. I just put it in this little bowl. Give it a little mash. I like to spread it on my bagel here. And if you wanted to use hummus or, like I said, even some vegan cream cheese, whatever you'd like. And remember, these are gluten-free, so they're not going to be, you know, big and fluffy. They're going to be a little bit dense. But if you're like me and have celiac, and this is like a gift right here to be able to have a bagel. And then a little bit of smoked paprika. And then I added just a little bit of greens. A few tomatoes. If you wanted to put onion on here, that would be great too. You can make sandwiches out of this. And just a little squeeze of lime here. And a little more of that seasoning. And there you go. All right, let's give it a taste. All right, here we go. I've been looking forward to this. And these freeze really great too. So I hope you give this recipe a try, and I'll see you in the next video.